Like I was trying to focus and it went okay. I mean, I couldn't spell variant, but other than that, it went okay on Monday. So I forgot to have fun with that. But you had a t-shirt with like a Framer logo that was like put on there with like sticker tape.
I'm
And
just going the indie maker route with my t-shirts as well. It's a MVP of t-shirts, right?
I like it. But you put that photo out there on Twitter, and I was like, Framer, get this guy some merch. So hopefully
Yeah.
they'll see that. It seems like they're very busy working on some cool new stuff. So we'll see. But today I should probably make a banner. Or no, I'm not gonna make a banner. Folks will see it in the title. We are gonna continue work on our Patreon clone that we are making in Framer and Outseta. So you are experienced with Framer and a certified Framer partner and designer. Check out the links below, everyone. And I work as a fractional DevRel or developer advocate for Outseta. So today I think maybe we should just have a tiny quick look at what Outseta is, and then we'll start getting those Outseta functionality in there. I forgot to prep. I was like, suddenly now I was like, well, I should probably tell people what Outseta is. Not just assume that people know what I'm talking about. So we're going to add that to the stage. So here we are. It's an all-in-one membership software. So we give you a little script that you can add to your site, and you do a couple of more steps, and you have a fully functioning register or sign up functionality, login functionality, and like a profile component functionality. So that's what we're adding today. So that's outseta.com for everyone who wants to go and play with that. And we have an Outseta remix project in Framer that I've made. This is like the extent of my Framer knowledge, where I just copied one of their templates and then I started working on code overrides, which is like the code extensions you can do in Framer. So if we look at the sign up for pro content, it has, and I'm hoping Framer lets me zoom. It seems like the Framer interface is not doing so well with zooming so that everyone can see, but we'll try. So zoom in, because people watching this on a little tiny mobile screen needs the fonts to be bigger. But so here, sign up for pro content. We have an override here that's called with open register login on click. I called it. I think maybe those names are a little too long, but I have lots of these kind of overrides in a file already. And if we copy paste this one over to our project, just like I'll just pop it in somewhere. Where did it go? There. It actually says file external here, and I have no idea how that will work. Like if I start changing this Outseta Remix Beta project, if the functionality here will start changing. So what I've seen, at least in YouTube videos, is that people, or in like educational content, is that people go into edit code, or you can also go here, assets, code, Outseta overrides, and then they copy paste that whole file into their own project. So I think that's what we're going to do for this one, because this project, especially since I've named it beta, everyone, so this will change. Like we are in the beta phase of figuring out how to best make these code overrides, these Outseta code overrides. So we're going to create a new code. So we'll call that Outseta overrides, and it's going to be a new override create. And you always get, we got this last time too on Monday when we were trying to make a override from scratch. That's these like demo ones. And I think these are pretty old demos, because like we talked about, like with hover, like hover is now something you can do with click and, or what point, no, what you see is what you get inside of Framer. But I don't think you could that in the beginning. But random color, I guess, might still be something that a code override has to do. But anyway, we'll just remove all of that, and then we'll paste in the code that I've created. And we have with open register on click, with open login on click, and then we have with open register login on click, because in Outseta, you can either open a component that lets you log in, or a component that lets you register, or one that lets you do both. And then we have this with open profile. So let's get to it. And in this remix that we have it written here that you need to remember to add the following snippet to the head tag of your site. So this is what will turn your site into an Outseta powered site.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the options, and then it's the script. So we can copy paste. So if you're using this override, if you're here in the preview or not in the canvas, you can't like copy this text, but if you click play, you can copy it. I'm very proud of this code. I coded this. So I wanted to showcase it with my little post-it note on the side. What do you think about the design, Damon? Is it
It's not bad. It's not bad. I can't say anything bad about it. Be proud. Be proud.
I am very proud. I'm trying to be better, especially on stream, like being proud of what like you're making instead of being like, well, it could have been, and like I should have, and it's easy to kind of talk yourself down, but I'm trying to like, own my stuff.
I think everyone is still trying to figure things out as they go anyway. So be proud of your journey. Be proud of wherever you are.
Oh, yes. I mean, also in life, right? You get to become like now we're going into meta discussion, but you get to become an adult and you realize everybody was just faking it. Like, as a kid, you're like, these adults, like they know what they're doing. It's like, we don't.
For sure.
We are just doing our best. Anyway, so we need to put that, and I wrote it in here because I could never find it. It is site setting, general, custom code, start of head tag. So let's try to remember that. Site settings, general, all the way down to custom code, start of head tag. This is where we want to put it in. Yep. And if we come back to Outseta, we have a quick start guide, and you can see that it's a very similar script. And I've created an account called fan funded. So this is our kind of domain that we need to use to identify our account. But you see it's very little here. But then in ours, let's see if I can bump up the font on this page. We have to add a little bit of things. So we need to add a monitor DOM true, because the Outseta script was originally created for server-side rendered sites or pages. So you would assume a full page reload for every page. But in Framer and all other frameworks that create single page applications, because Framer is React code under the hood, we actually have to monitor the DOM for changes in case new buttons show up or things change without there being a full page reload. Yep. And then I just like to clear the query string when that we'll see. You log in, you come back, you have an access code in the URL, and we can clear that. So we'll need to have this, like these two things, or the monitor DOM is mandatory. The no code clear query string is something I like to do. And then a third thing I like to do for these demo sites is that I also, can I zoom in on this? I also like to add, I can't zoom in on, well, I'll try to zoom in with the buttons then. Zoom in. Zoom in. It was hijacking my plus. I like to also set the authentication callback URL and the registration callback confirmation URL. I'll show you what that means later. But I like to do that in code as well, because then we both preview URL, like when your site is in preview, or if it's on the actual domain you want to publish it to, it will use the correct URLs. But this will then override what is set inside of Outseta. So you have to make sure that you realize what you're doing. But we're going to do that since I'm going to be using this account with multiple domains. So we need to do this. So I'll put that in there. Oh boy, hopefully that will be okay. So what I'm just saying here is that we're going to set the URL to the window location origin. So to the actual domain that we are calling from. Yeah, and that's it. Let's save. And I haven't tested this in Framer. Maybe the Framer, how are the domains in Framer? We'll see if it works. This is going to be interesting. And then we go back to home. So now we put that in the head. We can start configuring our site. So this register button should then open the register override. Register. Show with register and click. And then the login should be with login on click, not examples. With login, with open login on click. Okay, so let's see if this works. Yeah, and this is an actual domain. I was afraid it was like framer.app/something that we would deploy to. And in that case, my code would now work because it was looking at window of origin, which is the domain part and not like the full path.
Yeah, and you can customize that to a little bit of what you want, still with the framer.app at the end. So if you go, there's this settings button just above your mouse. Yeah.
Oh, this is how I get to the settings without I like kept going through that most that menu. Okay. Yeah.
It's a bit easier. And then you go down domains. You can then like specify like whatever you want it to be. And then you can also add like your own domain if you want to publish like a proper website. But I think it's a nice little thing they have.
I'm supposed to not be buying any more domains, but I did buy a domain a couple of weeks ago. But I'm putting it on the hobby account. People have hobbies that they spend lots of money on without ever getting the money back. And buying domains is my hobby. It's not my addiction. It's my hobby. Okay.
I think that's a better name for it.
Okay, I'm gonna do update again in case to get it onto that fan funded because that was cool. Okay, so like let's hope this works now. So we click register. Does not work. So then I need to figure out what I've done wrong. So you could do I think there's something wrong in the fail. Oh, I forgot to change. I was talking about it, but I think I forgot to change the domain to something, to our domain in the code. So it's general custom code. I was talking about it, but I forgot to put fan funded in there. Okay. So then we try to publish again. And oh yeah, this is the thing. When you're in this view, you make sure to scroll up and click save before you publish.
Yep.
Okay. And it's already, this is pretty fast. Like I think this site is pretty, it's not, we haven't put all kinds of things in there and yet, so it's pretty fast. Look at that. So now you can register. And I'll put in one of my test emails. So let's do test at Ray Codes, or we can do Queen at Ray Codes, but we want to continue to check out, but I don't want to pay for this. So let's create a discount, which is free forever. And we'll do just free as the code, and it's a percentage. We'll do 100% and limit. We don't have to limit it because this is going to be a test site. So we're going to be throwing this code around. So did I edit? I think maybe I need to. A little bug there that I need to report. I had to refresh to see the discount. So if we head on back, this is my Framer site. I should now be able to, I guess I need to do it again since I hadn't. Queen Ray, continue to check out. I have to see. I haven't learned my own tool yet. I think we need to say what plan it can be on. Or are we hitting a bug? That would be fun. Then I will just pay. Because I'm supposed to be able to put a discount in here now.
Maybe you need to refresh the page on Framer, right? Framer side.
Yeah, I think also it might be because I haven't put in my Stripe credentials yet. So it's not actually giving me any payment. Like I can't actually do any payments That might be why I just set this site up. So what we can do then is that I think we can go into the plan and we'll say it's a free plan and we can just fake it. So we'll just enter as 0 for free plan. And hopefully I can then just like register for a free plan. Yeah. Well, that worked. I can't charge money before setting up Stripe, right? I just didn't think about it. And then I get an email in my account, or I get an email to that email, and then I can register. I'm just going to take us offline in case I'm going to check my email, and I have shown my credit card credentials before on stream, so I try to be a little bit vigilant. So here we are. I'll tell you, that was a fun day going around trying to.
Did you have someone use it?
No, but I canceled it like right away. And also, how many, like, there weren't that many people watching the stream, so I didn't think it would be like a big issue. But you know, you want to.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah. If I can find it in my email. This is. I have to find it in my email. But later we're going to be adding search, right? To these to the posts that we were looking at. Okay. Because I have to click the email and then create a password, and then I can log in. And let's see. Sorry about this. So what I can do instead is that I set us a temporary password. That's better. That is actually a better way to demo things. So I set a temporary password for this user in Outseta. And then I must change it on the next login. So instead of me going through my email and not sharing my email. So then I can log, this was the temporary password, and then I can log in. Log in. And I'll set a new password. Let's just call it testing. Testing, people, have fun. And you can see it quickly. It says access token, and then we were sent back to the page. And that is that authentication, what I put in here, where I said that the authentication callback URL should be the domain we were on. So we were sent back to the domain with an access token. And then that access token is now stored by Outseta behind the scenes and will be used to trigger all of the other functionality that you get with Outseta. Nice. So as you can see now, both the login and sign register buttons are gone because we are now authenticated. So what I would like to add is a profile button. So instead of having login and register up there, we'll do profile. So I guess, can I just duplicate one of these? I'll just duplicate the CTA maybe.
You can put a variant actually if you double click one of the buttons.
Okay.
You just create a variant like on the right, not at the bottom, because the bottom is where you add like the overstates and whatsoever. But you can like duplicate that one. You click that, change it to profile.
Oh, and then we could design that out even and have fun with it if we wanted to.
Yeah, and so basically, if you can, with code or without, I'm not sure how you're going to do that, but you can swap out an instance of that specific button to a different variant. So it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. And what I'm thinking now is that I should probably attach the code override to the variant. So wherever we use it, it has that code override.
Yep. I think that would be a smart way to do it.
Oh, wow. Okay. So if I go to the register button, instead of doing with open there, we'll remove the override from this location. And then we can put it on the variant, because then we can put the button anywhere and we would have the same functionality.
Yep.
Oh, cool. So then we do with open register. And then on the profile, we'll do with profile embed, and with profile on click, because I want it to open. Okay. And but where's the login button? Is that not in the CTA? Should we make a variant?
It's a different button. Okay. If you double click on it, you've got that variant there.
Yeah. Okay, so and then we do the same thing here where we say the login button gets the with Outseta overrides, and then with login. Login on click.
Yeah.
And then
I'll need to don't forget to remove it from the
I was just gonna Okay. Well, let's try it again. So now if we come into our site, we can now the login button is removed. I think I forgot to do
potentially you can do a logout variant on the login button. I don't know if you've got that functionality.
Yes. Okay. But I think I did something wrong here, because the register should not have the open profile. The register should have open register, and then the profile should have the profile. Now it makes sense. And then we go back, we go to the login, we'll do a log out. So this is variant 1, variant 1, 2. No, I didn't mean that. I hope I do less. Like, I feel still like I am a noob with Framer, where it's like I keep like clicking things, and then me being used to code, I'm I feel like suddenly I've changed the design of something when I didn't want to, because I dragged something, or like I clicked something, but anyway.
That's the best way to learn. Huh? I think. I mean, even as a designer, when you start learning Framer, you just click things to see what it actually does, and then go from there.
And not be scared of like making mistakes, but I think especially if I'm like, now I'm like kind of working with your design. I don't want to suddenly make this button big, because you didn't make it big. but
move fast and break things, right?
Move fast and sometimes,
Depends.
So we do like, now I'm wondering though if we're not allowed to give variants different things. No, that's a problem. Look, see, the variants are getting the same. That's what was wrong. It's giving us the same code overrides.
Really?
That was stupid.
Yeah,
I thought we were being so clever now, because now when I change this one to log out and I go to this variant, it's saying log out. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's
Framer, if you see this.
Yeah.
New feature.
New feature. Okay, so then we won't do that. We'll go back here, but we can still use the variants for the design. So I removed it. Yes. So then we go back. We'll add them back in. Oh my God, we need to do search soon. Let's see. And then we do Outseta override. We do, this one was the login. So open login and click. And then this one was the register. We'll do with register, with open register and click, and then we will just duplicate them, and then this one will be, why is that, did that not work? Should I not be able to duplicate it?
Yeah, you should be able to.
There it is.
I think it's the space defined.
Okay, maybe you can fix the space behind the. Look at that, Damien. I love that we can like multiply in here. That's pretty cool, Framer. That is pretty cool. So I want this one then to be variant 2, which is profile. We should probably name them better. And then this one should be variant 2 as well, which is logout. And then the logout should then be with logout on click, and the profile one should be with profile embed. Okay.
And I'm assuming that they are going to show up depending on the state, right?
Yes. So I think even if we do play, no, because in play the overrides don't actually kick in, but on publish they should. And then we'll get to see. So, we're still logged in, so we can see the profile and the logout.
Cool.
But somehow something is not working. That I am console. I think something might be wrong with my beta overrides. That because I'm. Ooh. Yeah, something is wrong with my beta overrides, because here we have the register, here we have the login, and then the profile. Maybe I didn't manage to give it. Oh, it's with profile embed. That was the wrong one. We want the one that is with open profile on click. Okay, now let's see if we got it correct. So we have register, we have login. So we have the queen add array codes. And then it was testing. We log in. You see the little access token in the URL bar, and then we do profile, and here we have our full profile and account information and plan information. You can change the plan, and you kind of get all of that for free from Outseta, so you don't have to code any of that, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. And when you registered earlier, when someone registers, for example, if you are creating something from this, do you have a list of the people that have registered in Outseta somewhere?
Yeah. So if we go to the Outseta account, you have this home section, and then you have the activity, so you can see everything that has been happening. You have a CRM. So we have this concept where it's people and accounts. So one account can consist of multiple people. So if we wanted to buy something for a whole company, we would have one account and everybody in that team members. So we kind of have that out of the box as well. So there's always the subscription, or the subscription is tied to the account, and then an account can have multiple people. And you can then email, you can create broadcast emails, drip campaigns, and also change some of the transactional emails that come in. And then we have a help desk, so you can pop in a little question mark that people can click and send in help desk tickets. And then you have the whole billing, and then the authentication, and then reporting. So it's not that interesting right now, but if we go to, if we then go to me, the queen, you can see that I am part of this account that's then called queen, because it's just like one. It's just the same as the person in this case. And this is where I set the temporary password. So you can go in and set the temporary password for somebody if they, if they call in and need help. And and then you can also just write a note about somebody, in a CRM, in a customer relation management. So we got all of that done, and then on Friday we can set up how you then can gate. So when I click this members only, if I try to go to the URL of that members only post, I am not allowed into that members only post. We can do that on Friday. We call it protected content. I've seen it called gated content. And then you can also just be called members only content. There's different terminology. So yeah. Do we want to do the search?
Why not? Let's try it.
Why not? So we wanted, because what we want to do is then search through these fine posts that we have.
Yeah, we've got so many of them as well.
We got so many beautiful, read that content, guys. It's awesome. Yeah, how do I do it?
Yeah, you click that plus button at top left in the navigation, search for search. It's kind of meta, but hey. And then you can take
Put
that
where we
and
want it.
yeah, whatever you want. I mean, we're gonna probably delete that thing we have there, which was temporary, and yeah, drop it. Okay, where is your search? Here, and I'm just going to put it in this space. So now we've got that framer component out of the box, and I've put that in the right container.
Yeah.
So it's working. There's probably a lot of like customizations that you can do on that framer component as well, depending on what we want.
I see, sir. Yeah, because for this component, we're getting basically, it looks like we're just getting an icon. But if we look over here on the right-hand side, it actually says search and it's a component. And I'm guessing they've coded up a storm behind this little icon.
Yeah, so, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so we can scope. Okay, so we can scope to path. That could be interesting because we could maybe, potentially say you can only do the public. No, we should be able to search through anything. And then, we can even do a custom icon. It looks like we can upload an icon if we wanted to. But this is a nice icon. And I guess that's all. Can we just play now and search?
Yeah, it's going to open a model.
I mean, I was like, this is going to take at least 15 minutes.
Well, yeah, but is it working? Have you tried
let's see.
searching? Let's see. Yeah, that's the thing.
It is working. No. Publish your site to search. Okay, so let's publish and try. I mean, this is like, again, like my job. Like I will have no job in the future. Like this is.
Yeah, but it's like those tweets you see, like RIP designers, RIP developers. We all dying, extinct.
Okay, it's not working. Species. This made me feel better.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we need to hook it up to the collection or something then?
Yeah, probably.
Or do we need to scope it to how do we scope it to everything?
Page path. I think that's probably just the home one, huh? No?
Well, what are these like? If I want to go to...
Yeah, they see them as items.
So it's content item because this is the URL. So maybe we need to do content items then. Yeah, can we give it a better name than content items? How would we do that? Edit fields.
No. You just rename. It's basically the collection name that you can specify to whatever you want.
So let's call them posts then.
Yeah.
Because then it will change to posts. So then we'll do post as our probably then as our path.
Yeah.
Learning as we go. So scope 2. Okay. I've posts. But it's not. How am I? I'm pretty sure I at some point saw, we can change the web cursor. Oh, how fun. This is taking me back. Oh boy, look at this. This is taking me back to the 90s where you had fun with the cursor. You should not do that, by the way, if you're watching. That can be very annoying, but let's have some fun. It would have been fun if we could change it to a search icon. Well, we could change it to this one. I'm just having some fun here now.
So...
Okay, let's do default. That is the best. Okay, so let's... Did you find something on the search?
Yeah, I think it says which page you want to search. And in this case, the page that we have is home. So maybe home works? No, home.
It's like it feels like it doesn't save, which is what I find weird.
Yeah.
Search component framer. We learn as we go, but everything is video. I need it to be written. Okay, here we go. Go to the insert menu, select interactive, drag and drop the search component into your site, publish your site. Scope control. You can control which pages on your site are searchable. So we shouldn't need to do scope. We should just be able to scope publish our site. It says insert, drag and drop, publish. We did that.
Yeah.
But I am not, well, maybe I like find teaser. No. Benedicta. What happens if I do Ray? That is our homepage. No. This is super weird.
Yeah, it's a strange one. And I've never worked with search before, so I'm not really sure how that works.
Oh, maybe we have to make the new CMS page. Let's do detailed page. Maybe there needs to be pages for it to work.
Could be.
Okay. Because it might, I thought it would like look through its CMS database and look for the pages, but maybe it's actually searching through the published pages.
Yeah, because it's specifically saying that it needs to be a page that's searchable.
Okay, so let's try again. Excerpt. Yes, it worked.
Nice. There you go.
Okay, well, it kind of makes sense to not give us search results that aren't published. Yeah.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
Right.
But we were like, we were MVPing. We were just focusing on the homepage for now. But we figured it out. Okay. And I think I like that it says search post and it feels like it is one of those places where you can type in, because it makes it more clickable. And I've seen that on other sites where it's a fake input field and you click. So it would be nice if we could click the whole thing. So we need to figure that out, if we can make this button kind of fill the whole thing so that it's a larger click surface. I've seen that, for instance, on Mui, which is one of my favorite React component libraries. I'm pretty sure if I click search there, that is what happens. So I like that pattern where you want to do what you usually did, which is like click in there and start typing. But what you get is this, the new way of searching, or like this new pattern of searching. So I think if we can figure out a way to make this button, can we just like stretch it? Yeah. Like if we can just make it be, could we just make it be this size?
Yeah, you want the area to be a bit smaller, right?
Yeah, or I want the clickable areas to be kind of this whole container and not just the button.
Yeah. Then you can.
What if we set it to like fill or?
Yeah, could be fit, but then.
But we want it to be right aligned. It doesn't want to do that.
You can.
Interesting. Maybe we can put one behind and hide it. Well, if we put one behind and then we let clicks go through the large container, could that work?
Not sure, because I think it's like an out-of-the-box component, so I'm not sure what's behind it. Scope.
No, I was thinking, Mary, if we make this gray, if we make this a search post component, the one that I've highlighted now, if we make that so that, I'm not sure if you can do that in Framer, but in HTML code, you can say, okay, you should not get any clicks. Let whatever is behind me get the click. And then we could hide this component behind it and like let the clicks go through. This is something we have to see if we can do offline before we start. Now I'm using my dev knowledge that maybe is not possible.
It's going too far for me.
Yeah. Well, this is, oh my God, this is so much fun. Okay. We'll figure that out off screen or off. Cool. Yeah. But wow, look at that. Like we actually have login and register.
Yeah.
Through Outseta, you can just boom, register or log in. I'm going to log in again so everybody can see in this. Okay, I'm going to do this so I can clip it as a summary. So what we managed to do today in like 45 minutes, which I think is pretty awesome, is that we've added a login and register button, so we can log in, and with the beautiful password of testing, if you want to go check it out, you can log in, and we have this profile widget from Outseta. So the login and register is provided to you from Outseta. And then we've even added a search functionality that searches through all of our posts, which is pretty amazing. And that took about 5 minutes because it's out of the box with Framer. We dragged and dropped this search component onto the page, and almost boom, we had it, but we realized it would only search through published posts. aka they need to have a page associated with them. So we quickly created a CMS collection page. And this default, is this a default or did you make this?
No, this is default, but it's taking the the customized settings that I had, like for font and colors. So
and it seems like it's just like dumping all of the CMS properties into a column kind of look. But that is also pretty cool that you get this out of the box. So we added the CMS collection page and published again, and then we got search. So
yeah,
I'm just gonna go and reskill. That's what I'm gonna do. But oh my god, I'm just digging Framer more and more. I want to get in. We should make tons of templates and like advanced components, Damien. That would be.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. So if anybody watching wants something that is still not possible in Framer, but that you think could be possible if somebody created a custom component or custom code override, then let us know and we might make it.
Happy to build it and make it awesome, huh?
Yeah, that would be super cool. Well, I'll see you on Friday.
I'll see you on Friday, and I think the end result that we'll have after Friday, we'll spend like an additional little bit of time to polish this as a proper template, and then we'll publish it for free, right? Isn't that the plan?
We publish it for free, courtesy of Outseta. We want people to use Outseta with Framer. We'll publish it for free. And so I think on Friday we talked about, we could probably work a little bit on it before Friday if we have time. I always say this and then I don't have time, but maybe on Friday we look at how to make a Framer page responsive, because that's something that we are lacking now. Because I think your process was, I'm going to put the screen up there again, is that you created a Figma kind of sketch, and then you use that, and correct me if I'm wrong, you use that Figma sketch to kind of create this first version of the homepage. And then we'll need to do some work to make it like responsive on mobile. But I really like how far, like, you can really get started and like see exactly what you're making. And then I don't know how to do this breakpoint stuff in Framer, so that would be great if you looked at that on Friday. I could learn a little bit about how to make different layouts for different sizes, because that's something I know you can do in Framer.
It's actually super easy.
Yeah. Oh, it is? Okay. And then we'll add, of course it is, because it's Framer. And then on Friday, we'll add gated content. So in addition to having the design show that it's locked, we're actually going to lock it down, and maybe even do some advanced code components to make sure that it's in sync with the Outseta auth status. So, we want to check, is the person logged in? Then we don't want to show that lock because they've unlocked it. And then if they are not logged in, we need to show them the locked state, and then maybe even add a little button asking them to subscribe on the post, because I feel like that's kind of cool. Because one thing is to follow up here, but if you have a locked post and you can just like, I want to read it, sign up, that could be pretty cool. Like from the locked page. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, that's exciting. Looking forward to Friday then.
So much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. I'm just, oh my God. I don't have time to become a Framer expert, but I do want to become a Framer expert. Because somebody, just me ranting again, but somebody on Twitter yesterday, Swissek, an acquaintance of mine, he was like, oh, wouldn't it be awesome if you could just kind of drag and drop React components between projects in code, like in VS Code that we usually code in. It would be cool if you could just like say, oh, I want this React component, and just boom, like bring it over, and it brings the dependencies and everything. And I was like, yeah, have you checked out Framer? Because that is, it's not even in code, it's visually, you just can like copy paste from projects or from Figma, or like, and you get the full functionality with you when you do, which it just blows my mind.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people are still scratching the surface with what Framer is able to do, but it's really, really powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could do anything that you can do with code, because you could, in essence, also just drop a blank frame and then add a code override, and it will add whatever is needed, like a mini application. So you could create a little mini application inside of the inside of the framer, inside of Framer.
Yeah, and the upside is the publishing speed as well. You don't need to like push everything to production to have it at the ready. You can preview it and you can publish it. And you've done that today, but when you publish it, it's like so fast. Even when you have your own custom domain, because I've got a couple of sites that have their own domain, and you publish it, it's just that fast. It's like the changes are directly online. It's insane.
I wonder how they do that. Oh, I need to interview somebody from Framer.
There's only one way. There's only one way. It's called magic.
They got the magic.
They're not gonna tell you how to do that.
I like it. It's magic. I like it. Okay, we got to sign off. I'm jumping into another podcast. Thank you again for jumping on, Damien, and being just like YOLO. Yes, let's do this. That is fun.
Yep. This is the way. This is the way.
Yeah.
I'll see you on Friday.
Have a good, see you on Friday, and have a good rest of the day, and see everybody around the interwebs. And we wave awkwardly.